And ladies, I want to go live to give my thoughts on the verdict that has been read in the Kim Potter's case. For some, this is very unfortunate. For some, this is business as usual. And for others, I told you so. For me, I didn't necessarily see that the charges matched what she did. However, I did not listen to jury instructions. So I cannot say unequivocally that I had the all the information because I didn't listen to jury instructions. However, I'm gonna play the verdict and we're gonna talk about it. Roll the doggone film.
In the matter of State of Minnesota versus Kimberly Potter, court file number 27 CR 21 7490, we, the jury, on the charge of manslaughter in the first degree while committing a misdemeanor on or about April 11, 2021, in Hennepin County, State of Minnesota, find the defendant guilty. And the verdict was agreed to.
Guilty on the first charge.
State of Minnesota, find the defendant guilty. And that verdict
found him guilty on second degree manslaughter. So Kim Potter was guilty on first degree manslaughter and second degree manslaughter. Now let's talk about this for a minute. You know, Daunte Wright was a POS, right? For those of you who use foul language, piece of poo-poo, all right? That's who Daunte Wright was at the time of his death. He wasn't turning his life around. He wasn't trying to become a better man. He wasn't, like they always say, he getting his life together. He wasn't getting his life together. He was out there thugging. I made a video about this that got almost a million views about how he was thugging, and they try to post a picture of Daunte Wright when he's a little kid, when Daunte Wright wasn't thugging. They post a little picture of him in middle school. Daunte Wright was a thug. Daunte Wright necessitated a response that he got. And I think he got what was coming to him. I'm just being honest. Like, if that was my brother, I'd be like, that's what you get. You had no business trying to drag police officers in the car in a car down the street because you had a warrant. Why was he so desperate, Mr. Tatum? Why was he so desperate and he had a warrant? Because he had a warrant for a gun. And he was going to go back to jail for a very long time. So he decided to act a fool. Now, let's talk about Kim Potter real quick. And people were upset with me about this. I can still believe in law enforcement. I can still believe that Daunte Wright was a piece of crap and he got what was coming to him. And I can also still believe that Kim Potter put herself in this situation as well. Because, like I said, I have never heard of a police officer on our department in the history of policing on our department ever grabbed the taser instead of the gun. I've never heard of it. Is it possible? Yes. The brain can do some crazy things under pressure. So some argue that her brain did this under pressure. The brain can do manipulative stuff. We learned this in SWAT training. They literally have a training where we go into a room and we got to shoot certain targets, certain many times, depending on what color the target is, how many shapes the target have on it, and you shoot, no shoot, or you shoot two to the head, two to the body, one to the head, all of that. But they put a gun on a table when you first walk in. So everybody's focused on hitting these targets, boom, boom, boom. A lot of people miss the gun on the table. Some people will argue that they never saw the gun on the table. And that argument is legitimate. Because the human brain in a stressful situation will omit the things that are not life and death to focus on the things that are more pressing. Could it be possible she grabbed the wrong weapon out of sheer trauma and fear and chaos in a mind that was not equipped for policing? Yes, I think that she probably could have made that decision. However, as a police officer, a former police officer, a former SWAT operator, you have to be you have to be so far gone as a police officer or so far flustered that you are not only a danger to yourself, you're a danger to other officers and the public. If you are that flustered on a call where nobody has a gun out, that nobody's really, there's nothing drastic really happening. The sergeant has control of Daunte Wright's arm on one side. The rookie is preventing him from getting into the car. The two men in this situation were handling Daunte Wright and had reasonable control over him until Kim, who had no desire to put hands on anybody, pulls out her gun and yells, "Taser, taser, taser." The problem with this, and this is outside of the court of law because I felt like that what was explained didn't meet the burden to get the verdict, but I didn't hear the jury instruction. So the jury instruction may have been what put the nail in the coffin for her. However, the mechanism on your gun side with your handgun is a completely different mechanism of your taser on your non-dominant side. So there is, you have to have lost control of yourself, rendering yourself incapable of being an adequate police officer at a time where people need you. And then when she shot Daunte Wright, she curled up like a coward and cried on the side of the road while the situation is still active. She is training an officer, and she cries and lays on the curb while Daunte Wright is down the street and has crashed his car because he was shot. She balls up in the corner and sits on the curb. While all of this is still going on, she still have a rookie that don't know what's going on. He don't know what to do. He still haven't put his gun out, and he still didn't cry and get flustered. He's on the radio doing what he can. She's out of the fight. She's no good to police. She's no good to citizens. She's no good to them. She's sitting on the side. That's the frustrating part that I felt watching this as a former police officer. Do I think she's guilty according to law? I didn't think she was guilty. I did not watch the jury instructions, which is crucial. But I did not think she would be guilty because she should have shot him. Let me just say this for people who are watching. If she would have shot him, she would have been fine. Like if she intended to shoot him, she would have been fine. But she shot him and didn't intend to shoot him, and that's what got her in this situation, which is incredibly unfortunate. Why are you so critical of her, Brandon? Because she, unfortunately, gives law enforcement a bad name, and it's not just her fault. Like, somebody should have been paying attention to the fact that Kim Potter wasn't mentally stable enough to be on patrol. Her sergeant, her supervisors should have known that she wasn't equipped to be on patrol. She's not equipped to be on patrol. I have been in numerous cases where people tried to flee, people got in the car and fled while I was trying to make contact with them. I've had people pull out weapons. I've fought people. I've chased people. I've been in high-speed pursuits. There is not one time ever from rookie to when I left the police department that I would ever be so flustered to grab a gun and think that it's a taser. I wish I had the two in front of you and you guys will understand what I'm talking about. A gun, ours was a single latch. You hit the button on your finger, you pull a gun out. Boom, you just go, pow, just like that. Her holster was a latch. You had to push down, pop the latch back, pull the gun out, and point it. The taser is on the other side of her body. The mechanism in the taser don't even involve a thumb. You have to push your index finger on the holster, pull the taser out. The taser is inactive unless you pull the switch down to turn the taser on. And when you turn the taser on, the beam comes out of the taser. The Glock is probably a 2-pound weapon full of ammunition. The taser is featherweight. The taser don't even feel the same. And if she had a taser in her hand, she wouldn't have even deployed the taser properly, because you got to flip the switch to turn the taser on. And when you turn the taser on, you have a beam that comes out of the taser. And you have to be within a particular distance to get the proper spread. You wouldn't tase a person at that close range. You can't tase a person. When the taser goes off, it shoots out prongs like this. Pow. All right? These prongs need to hit you at large muscle mass, large muscle groups. And when they hit you at large muscle groups, it locks big portions of your body up, right? That's why you got to be at a certain distance so you shoot it so you get a proper spread. If you hit a person with a taser and the spread is this large, it's going to do nothing. If you hit a spread and it's this large, it's probably not going to do nothing if you are not hitting major muscle groups. The way it works, you point it, you at a reasonable distance, you yell taser, taser, taser. You give your other officers an opportunity to move out of the way, because you don't want a prong to hit them in the head. You shoot the taser, you get the spread, you lock the individual up. You can't, that's not the end. You have to still address the person after they ride the lightning. And after they ride the lightning and they're back to normal. You have to be able to address that person. You have to have a plan. Now, as a police officer, you have a gun in your hand and you do not know the status of your weapon. That is a problem. Why, Mr. Tatum? Because if you shoot a person with a taser and you miss, and you hit another officer, or you hit the passenger, or you miss altogether, and you shoot it and it hit the back of the seat, nobody dies. It is a non-lethal weapon. Nobody dies. Somebody may lose an eye. If a prong hit him in the eye, somebody may ride the lightning that shouldn't have. Somebody may be mad at you, but nobody dies. If you have a gun in your hand and you are treating it like a taser, people will die at the end of that. She literally shot Daunte Wright with her rookie's face this close to the gun. His face was literally like this, and when she shot, he winced. Pow! She shot the gun right by his face. And just say she would have missed Daunte, the passenger and the sergeant are right next to them. She could have easily put a round through her own partner's head. She could have easily put a round through her rookie's head. And after the turmoil has come, you gotta stay in the fight. Daunte Wright could have got out bussing. Just because you shoot a person don't mean they die. Daunte could have crashed down the street, got out with a gun, and she was nowhere to be found. She literally sat down and cried on the corner with her head like this while Daunte is fleeing and hit a tree or wherever he hit. She left her rookie. She left the sergeant. She didn't get on the radio. She didn't call for help. She didn't say send meds. She didn't say shots fired. She did nothing. She literally balled up and cried in the middle of a scene. In the world of policing, that is absolutely crazy. If I ever saw a police officer do that, I would punch them in the face. I would. If I was on a call and my partner punked out and sat on the curb and cried while we still got an active scene, when I get back to the scene, I'm probably going to punch him in the face. I'm probably going to hit him in the mouth. How dare you leave us out to dry? We could have been killed and you over here crying. If you're not ready for this job and you haven't thought through these scenarios, you should not wear the uniform. And this is hard because she may have had a wonderful career. She may have been excellent for 26 years. But just say if she would have shot the other police officer, would people still be defending her and saying, oh, what if she would have shot her partner in the head? He got a family and everything. What if she'd have shot him in the head instead of Daunte Wright? What would have happened? What if she'd have shot the rookie in the head? He's in field training. He's not even a solo officer. Would you still think, oh, poor Kim, she was just having a bad day? Listen, man, there is world standards, there's criminal standards, and there's law enforcement standards. These are three perspectives. In the world standard, people don't know nothing about policing. Emotionally say Kim was, whatever. The law says you can't accidentally shoot somebody and you be okay. That's the law. Policing say this is absolutely, reprehensible for an officer to not have composure and do these things. Even if she wouldn't have killed anybody, she shouldn't have been a police officer after that. And Daunte Wright is a piece of crap. And if Daunte Wright was my family member, I'd still believe that she was wrong, but I'd be like, look, bro, you ain't had no business trying to flee the scene and do all this extra stuff. Because then you didn't mess around and a person accidentally shot you. When you could have just took that time and been good. And they could have let you out. Knowing how these people work, they'd have let you out early. Women, that's why I think, let me tell y'all something about law enforcement. A lot of people are going to not like this. And thank y'all for the super chats. I'll go back and try to read them. Some women should not, and men, but I think this falls more towards women from my personal experience, should not be police officers. They try so hard to force equality into places that are not meant for equality outside of equal qualification. Women will come on the police department and do not have to pass the same physical fitness standards as men. They do not have to have the same level of tactical or defensive tactic, I wouldn't say expertise, but level of defensive tactic ability as men do. When I went to the academy, the men fought men. The women fought women. In real life, that's not the way policing works. You fight the person who's trying to fight you. And what I've noticed is that some women aren't ready for that. Now, I think I was a unique situation in policing because I was a little crazy, right? I mean, I was crazy. I grew up violent. So I think I had a violent temper and I was ready. I didn't mind fighting people. I didn't mind shooting people. It wasn't something that makes me shake, in the middle of the night. And if you're a cop, you got to have that mentality where you're willing to kill anybody you come in contact with. And YouTube, don't ban me because of the word. Listen to what I'm describing. You have to be able to shoot any person that you come in contact with. Old, young, kid, you have to be willing to go there. You have to be willing to put your hands on anybody you come in contact with. Big, even if they bigger than you. You got to have that killer instinct to be an adequate police officer. Why, Mr. Tatum? Because one day you're going to be put in a position and you ain't going to have no backup. And it's going to be you and him. And he probably the baddest dude you've ever seen. He probably high on bath salts. What are you going to do? This is why they shouldn't have people just come on because of they need numbers. They need affirmative action hires. They need quality people that you don't have to be perfect, but you can't make a deadly force mistake. You can make a mistake and miss something on the case report. I forgot to add that in the case report. I'm sorry I missed it. And maybe you'll lose a case. Well, now I don't think that'd be good either, because if you lose a case on a big time criminal, you didn't messed up a whole bunch of people's lives. But just say you can make a mistake and forget to add some information into a case report. That's not, people do that all the time. Misspell a word in the case report. Miss something in an investigation. It's not common practice, but people don't die when you do that. The things you can't mess up on is use of deadly force. You can't mess up on that. You can't. There's no question. When I was on the SWAT team, there was zero tolerance for this. You can't shoot the wrong person. You can't. We had this scenario. They beat it into us like we were runaway slaves. They beat us. They had a SWAT team that did a call, and one of the SWAT operators was going around with his finger on the trigger. He lifted the sheets up. A young girl, I think she was a 12-year-old or something like that, she startled him. And when he pulled the trigger on her, boom, with an AR. She's no longer with us. Zero tolerance. You don't get to say I'm sorry when you kill somebody, baby. You don't get to say oops. You don't get to say I thought it was gonna. I didn't get trained on. You don't get to make that excuse. You know this when you put the badge on. Now, for officers that are justifiably doing things and they're getting hosed in the court of law, that's different. This is an obvious mistake that resulted in the death of the person. You don't get to say, oh, my bad, because the person on the other end don't get their life back. They don't get to say, oh, no, time out. Let's start this over. I ain't really trained that much. I wasn't prepared for this. And so since I wasn't prepared, you can come back to life. Just go ahead and raise it. Come on, God, raise him from the dead. It was my fault. I'll take the day off and we'll do this scenario again. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. And when I was on patrol, one of the reasons why I was well trained and why I was never going to make a deadly force mistake was because it wasn't just about me. The reason I trained and the reason that I was focused every day, because it was about my family and my brothers and sisters in the uniform. I wasn't going to be unequipped, because when it hit the fan, I wasn't going to tell my boy Josh Martinez, his wife, that I forgot to train today. I wasn't going to tell his kids that, oops, I didn't, my bad. I should have, you did this, but I didn't, and the guy shot your dad, and now he's dead. I'm sorry. Or I pull my gun out and shoot the wrong person and end up shooting my partner. Oh, I'm sorry. Oops. I shot your dad. I forgot to train today. It's deeper than just rhetoric. You got people's lives in your hands. And the reason I say the things that I say, and some people may not understand, is because I had to make life and death decisions in real life. I had two people pull weapons on me, and I had to make a decision to shoot them, potentially kill them, or not. I had to make that decision. And when you make that decision multiple times during the day, you understand the value of life in the responsibility as a police officer. And with that responsibility comes a lot of accountability. I couldn't live with myself if I accidentally shot somebody. I was never going to do that. I was never going to do it. But being wrong as a cop don't make you wrong against the law. I don't think that she should have been found guilty on first and second. I don't know what misdemeanor they could articulate that she committed. I think there was an argument that she confused the weapons. Weapon confusion is a real thing. She clearly confused the weapons. She clearly was saying taser, taser, taser. She confused it. On the police side, that's horrible. You shouldn't be a cop. On the law side, there's grace in confusion. You know what I'm saying? Your brain do something that you can't control. That's without a misdemeanor offense occurring. But you know, I wouldn't go so far as saying no female cops, because it was some cops that were really good female cops. It's just that they need to have the standard be the same for men and women in law enforcement. The women need to be able to do the same amount of push-ups, physical fitness, everything needs to be the same. Because when you get out there and you got to fight, you don't want your partner laying back there scared. I've been in that situation before. I've been in a situation where I got into a fight and the two guys on the call was fighting, me and the other guy, and the female officer sitting back there confused. You know, and I'm going to tell you this. That's like when we look at sports and you say, why do the transgender people dominate women in the sports? Because they're men. And the same thing with MMA. Do you think a woman can go into a MMA fight and win against a man? The tier is like this. The baddest dude in MMA would destroy a woman in 30 seconds. I mean, first of all, they way bigger and they way stronger. So if you're going to put a female police officer on the street and you think she's going to fight a man, she's going to lose. It's not going to even be competitive. But they thrust some of these people out here because of equality. You know, there was a girl, now I see that there's another girl on the SWAT team since I've left. I don't know what their standards are. When I was going through the thing, there was a girl that got on with us. She didn't get a pass. She had to pass everything we did, and she made it on the SWAT team. She had to do the run. Her time had to be her time. She had to do the same amount of pull-ups that the men had to do. She had to do the same shooting. She had to do the same obstacle course. She didn't get a pass. She didn't get no excuses. There were no male SWAT operator qualifications and female SWAT operator qualifications. It was nothing. You either made it or you didn't. And she made it through it. Kudos to her. Now, she couldn't beat me in a fight. I would ragdoll her. However, the qualification to be on SWAT, she was qualified to do that. That's what it should be across the board. What is the qualification? I was above average, physical fitness and shooting and stuff like that. So I'm like probably right under elite. So I don't expect a woman to be up there with me. However, you need to at least say, this is what you need to do to be a cop. If you a man or a woman and you below this line here, you can't be a cop. Go do something else with your life. Don't waste your time. You're going to get hurt out here. You know, but I think people should be fair about this whole Kim Potter scenario. I think it's very disappointing that she was found guilty. I don't think she should have been found guilty. But she got to take responsibility. She got to take responsibility for her actions, no matter how unfortunate it is. All right, I'm going to get some of these super chats real quick and then I'm going to move on. Christopher said, hey, Brandon, I don't want to look like I'm spamming you, bro, but wife sent you a message on IG. Her name is Mary. I was a day one buyer of your autograph book, and there was an issue. I messaged you customer care about a month ago, just haven't heard back. Yeah, I don't know what you messaged, because if you've messaged my customer service, it's real people that answer every day. So I don't know if you went through Amazon or what, but I'm going to look at this while you talking to me, because you said that before, and there's no way have I seen a message from your wife. You need to, like, comment on one of my pages or so, comment on one of my posts. Let's see. I'm going to look it up while you're here. Yeah, send me an email. Send me an email at brandon@theofficertatum.com. Send me an email there. I don't know what the issue would be. Anyway, but I appreciate you supporting the book, and we'll get back to you. Just send me an email at the email I just said. I'll see it right now. Call me old-fashioned, but I believe criminals assume all the risk when they decide to commit crimes. The world is a better place without Daunte Wright. I agree. I think the world is a better place without Daunte Wright. His family may not think so, but a person that's committing crimes, and he actually got into a situation where he made a person a vegetable. You know, he pretty much made a person, people don't understand when I say when a vegetable, the person doesn't have brain activity and stuff, so they're pretty much dead. Zachary, thank you so much for the super chat. All y'all criticizing people, Tatum and other YouTubers, but I don't see y'all being brave enough to make a video like us. Y'all literally mad because he don't agree with y'all. While all y'all typing, he is a sellout, and explain how. Thank you so much, Zachary. These people are nuts, man. I don't care about these people are dumb. I realize this, and I know a lot of people may get offended. I realize that people on the left are dumb, and people that are conservative are dumb. People that don't follow me are dumb, and there's some people that follow me that I think are dumb. I don't even know why. I think they just follow me just because. I don't know what they thinking. Somebody that say they follow me commented on the last video I made about Kim, and they clearly didn't even watch the video, and said, you should have seen the trial. There was a weapons confusion argument. In my video, at the end of the video, I talk about that. I talk about it. But you didn't even watch it. But you're making comments. And you're really convinced that Brandon Tatum is wrong, and I addressed what you said in the video, but you didn't watch it. I think some people are out of control. And then they disagree with me, but you never put on a uniform. You don't know what you're talking about. I went through the academy. I was a field training officer, just like Kim Potter. I was a field training officer. I taught at the academy. I had a perfect 250 shooting, perfect rifle, perfect handgun. I was on the SWAT team. I went through the training. I had a taser. I had a taser on my gun belt. I had to practice using a taser. Some of y'all, not y'all on here tonight because y'all perfect. Somebody that was on the other video have never held a taser in their hand. I carried a taser to work for 6 years. My last year, I took it off. So about 4 years, because one of my last years, I took it off. I didn't even wear a taser because it was pointless. If I can't put my hands on you, I'm either shoot you or I'm gonna put my hands on you. I don't need to tase you. That's a wasted step. Don't even know what it's like to be a cop, arguing with me. I'm okay with critique for sure. I love it, actually. I thrive on people having a informed disagreement with me. But when you're arguing with me and you ain't watched the video, you're arguing with me and you ain't never been a cop. You're arguing with me when I said I don't think she was guilty in a court of law. But you're just arguing with me anyway. For what? People are out of control. They don't like what I don't care. Listen. This is what I think people get wrong. Most of you guys get this right 100% of the time. You follow the Officer Tatum's page. You don't own me. You don't even know me. You follow my page. You follow my content. Therefore, I don't owe you nothing but to be me. And if you don't like me, then don't follow me. But the part is that y'all don't do this because y'all perfect. Some people want to bully you because they are a subscriber. Oh, I'm not subscribing to you no more. What are you telling me for? Just unsubscribe. Why are you trying to tell me like I care? If you are dumb enough to unsubscribe to me because your feelings hurt, I don't care. I still got 1.7 million some other people still subscribe. If you really hurt, just unsubscribe. You don't have to tell me. I don't even know you anyway, and I don't care. I say the things that I believe in. People in the comment section, they say the things that they believe in. I'm fine with that. We may actually disagree on things. We're all human, and we should have our own logical conclusions that we come to. You should not agree with everything Brandon Tatum say. I mean, I think you should because I think I'm always right. But people have different experiences that may lead them to different conclusions. Totally fine if you disagree with me. But don't be an idiot. Don't be up here talking outside of your neck. One thing about Brandon Tatum is people ask me, why don't you talk about that? Why do you think? I only talk about things that I know. I don't talk about things that I don't know. You won't never see me talking about stuff that I've never looked up and I don't research. The reason why I talk about policing in America, because I was a cop in a city that was probably way busier than what Kim, if this was her scariest moment of her life, she definitely ain't worked for no department that got no real drama going on. That's why I talk about these things. I know. I trained police officers. The highest level of training you can get as a cop is to be on the SWAT team. That's like being in special forces. It's like a guy in the military in special forces and you're trying to argue with him about military tactics. It's like I went through the training of going on SWAT team, which was hell that 90% of people in America could never go through. So I know what I'm talking about. We had training on weapons retention. We had training on weapons confusion. We had all that training on the SWAT team. I understand these things. You have never seen the training. You just listening to a witness testimony at a trial. They pay the witness to testify on their behalf. And the prosecution pays witnesses that's going to testify their truth. It ain't their truth. It's I lived it. But people love to push that on you. Like a guy gave me a 1 star on my book, and in my like, I want to confront the person. I want to cuss him out on a comment. Why would you write that you follow me and you write 1 star on my book and can't even explain what are you even talking about? The only person that's given me a 1 star can't even explain what he's talking about. Why do you even follow me if you can't even articulate why you gave me 1? You didn't give me 2, you didn't give me 3, you gave me 1. And then give some explanation that makes no sense. I don't even think the person read the book. I think some people will buy your book just to write a bad comment and then return it. That's just my opinion. I sent you an email. Thank you on that note. I appreciate your content and read the book, and Sean Payne's section about you and him was amazing. Excellent read. Hope you and the family have a great Christmas. You too, Christian. You too. The first star was in Amazon Planet. I don't know. Elon Musk, is that you? People too often excuse one person's wrongdoing with someone else's. Potter is facing deserved repercussions for her actions. Dante faced the same. Thank you. Where my thing at? That's my dance. That's my dance for somebody to make the perfect comment. Why can't we compartmentalize these things and say Daunte Wright is dead? His actions led to his death. You can get your family can pay you out and do all of what they want. You're dead. You got the death penalty for your actions. You ain't coming back, no matter what happened to Kim Potter. Kim, whatever you were doing, you up and you killed somebody. So now you have to face the music for that. Would Daunte have liked to gone back and done something different if he thought he would die? Yes, I don't know. I think he would. If he thought he was going to die in that situation, maybe he would have done something differently. Kim Potter, maybe she'd have trained more if she thought she would be in a situation where she shoot the wrong person. No cop believes that it'll happen to them. Some cops prepare for it not to happen. Some just hope. She would have done something different, I know, if she'd had a second chance. Unfortunately, in this life, you don't get second chances on some things. You don't. You get one, and that's it. God bless you. Have a great Christmas. Greg, thank you so much. Get a couple of these super chats. I think I missed one. But, yeah, I have to say, D, you probably had the best comment. Not that everybody else's comment wasn't excellent. I just think that one was exactly what I was thinking. And let me say this before I get off this live stream, because I'm going live tonight with ABL. Let me say this too. If you guys are interested in connecting with me, because I always forget this number, but I want y'all to connect with me on a text, because this will be an easy way for us to connect. I can send out merch, send out my videos. In case they ban me, we can connect through this text thing, and also, if I have an event in your city, I could just text the people in that city. So if you live in Nashville and I'm in Nashville, I could text you. I could text only the people in Nashville and say, hey, I'm headed to Nashville. Here's how you get the tickets. I think it's a very easy way to be involved. You can always opt out. But you text 53445. Text Tatum to 53445. So you text Tatum to 53445, and we'll stay connected. But I want people to understand what people like myself go through as a content creator. People make you upset by what they say, and they know they do. And I just don't like unintelligent commentary. If you disagree with me, have an articulable response. Don't just say, oh, you wrong on this one. Okay. It has no weight. Somebody in the comment section said justice for Eric Garner. Eric Garner was justifiably, the use of force against Eric Garner was justified. Ain't no justice for it ain't no justice for Eric Garner. Eric Garner, that was his 46th arrest. He was resisting arrest. What do you want him to do? He wasn't doing nothing. Okay. So every criminal that ain't doing nothing, you should, okay. Let's see. In Kentucky, there was a bailiff that shot and killed a man in a road rage incident and got nothing. Please explain that. There was a bailiff that shot and killed a man in a road rage incident and got nothing. Please explain that. Now, I'm hoping you don't expect me to explain what you said, because what you said has no context. A bailiff shot a man in a road rage situation. I mean, who was the aggressor in the road rage? Are you saying the bailiff was? Or are you saying the other guy was? I mean, what am I explaining here? It needs to be more context if you want to get me to give a realistic explanation. Somebody said he needs to drink some hot tea. Yeah, man, I lost my voice at that rally. That event with 10,000 people there. It was fun. Let's see. Let's see. Her sentence, you can go back and look at my other video. Her sentence, now I don't know in this state who decides the sentencing, but she finna get at least 10 years in prison. I mean, not 10. She finna get at least like 5 years in prison. The charges that she got came with like together. If she got the maximum together, she'd be spending like 25 years in prison. So there's obviously the judge. If the judge or the jurors, it depends on who's the one to give out the sentencing. But if the jurors give out the sentencing, they can actually give her no time. I don't know if there's a minimum. There could be a minimum. I got to look at the law. But they could give her like 3 years. They can give her 5 years. They can give her 8 years. And then with good behavior, she'll get out in 3 years. So it just really depends. She don't have to get the maximum. I definitely don't think they're going to give her the maximum. She have no criminal record. Lizzo is nasty. It's disgusting. It's disrespectful. Brandon is the man. Let's see. It's okay to be a criminal if you live in a big city. Seth Rogen. Yeah, I know, right? You live in a small town, you going to jail. Let's see. I'm trying to see these comments. People be in there talk about all kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, she killed somebody. I mean, I don't care if Dante. I don't care what happened to Dante. He deserved. Listen, let me say this. If I could create a law, I would pass a law that says whatever happened to you while in the commission of a crime or while resisting arrest, it's on you. Like, you get nothing. There's no your family don't get a payout. You were actively resisting arrest and committing a crime at the time of your death. You get nothing. It's a wash. If you were doing nothing and the cop shot you and killed you and you're taking on a high-speed chase, you are, it's like a warranty. You have voided your warranty. You know what I'm saying? You have voided your insurance policy. You just took the cops on a high-speed chase and tried to fight them, and you got a stolen gun in your hand. You get nothing. I don't care what the cop do. You done. Now, if the cop does something criminal, they should be brought to justice. But you don't get nothing. And if you live, you still don't get nothing. Because you created that situation. And I think people should pay a fine. Dante Wright's family, instead of them paying them out, they should owe the state for all the trauma that their kid provided for the state. Ain't it funny that if he's dead, his family gets the residual benefits of what was going to come to him, but they don't get the negative? No. The payout and what Dante Wright did to the community should be a wash. They should wash up. We owe you, we were going to settle for $6 million. Well, technically, the person he put in a coma, all the crimes he committed, all the wasted resources on detectives, on lawyers, on all this stuff looking for Dante Wright. Okay, now that he's dead, he can't pay it. Now the family has to pay it. All right, I'm good with that. You're going to get the payout. You should be able to get the burden. Hey, Officer Tatum, same scenario that happened here. It happened in Lawrence, Kansas 2 years ago. You should read and watch the dash cam and give your opinion about it. Cool. I'll look that scenario up. Send me some links, man. When y'all be telling me stuff, send me a link. Send me a link, man. Y'all should see this other video. It's out of control. I want to play it. It is out of control, but I'm going to make it its own unique video. It's the craziest video I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe this cop did this. It's the craziest video ever. Yeah, I think this is the one. Was it a female cop? New former law police officer expected to see court Wednesday, facing charges of shooting a suspect during a struggle after allegedly mistaking a gun for a stun gun. Taser. probably was a female cop. Let's see. How do I skip this ad? That's interesting. I'm gonna looking into it right now. That's good. I do hope Daunte Wright victims go after his family. They did, supposedly, that they're going after his family. All right, you gonna play the video or not, man? What's going on here? It's just blinking. Let's see if they got a YouTube video. I gotta subscribe. Go forget yourself. Warning, graphic content. All right, let's watch this together since I'm on here. And then I'm gonna blaze off. So his insurance policy is voided. His life policy is voided. He's taking police on a high-speed chase. Whatever happens to him after this is on him, in my opinion. All right, let's see what happened. Let me take that back. I don't know if he was.
Guys, do you have nagging symptoms?
Check. I don't know if he was on a high-speed chase or not. God, I can't stand these commercials, for the love of God. Let me let this stupid commercial pass, and then we're going to get back to the subject at hand. Oh, it skipped a whole nother video. Son of a bean dip. Let's go back. Let's see if it go back. All right, so let me take that back. I don't know if he's on a high-speed chase or not. So let me take back what I said. May not have been a high-speed chase. No high-speed chase. All right, let's see.
Man. Hey, man. Hello, sir. Yeah. I'm Officer McCann, Lawrence Police Department. The reason I stopped you not wearing your seatbelt, okay?
Man.
Hey, man. Stop. Stop.
Man, about seatbelt, bro. I'm moving, my family homeless. I'm trying to go to fucking work at 6. You gonna stop me for a fucking seatbelt?
Yes, sir.
Man. Get Sergeant Folks on the phone now.
Do you have your driver's
Get
license?
folks on the phone now.
We don't have a Sergeant Folks.
Oh, yes, you do.
Are you saying Kirk?
So all this time, oh, y'all can't even see it. God. All this time he wasting, talking all that trash, he could have got this ticket and been gone.
Folks or Folks?
Yes, you do.
Okay, sir, this is a seatbelt violation.
Man, go get something, man. I'm finna go to Trail Ridge. You pull me over there, man.
Okay, I'm gonna pull you over right here. This is gonna literally take only 4 minutes.
No, it's not. Cause I ain't, man. You, all them folks you just paid about, you gonna stop me for a fucking seatbelt?
Yes, sir, that's why I'm here today. I'm
Bro,
here.
I gotta go get my motherfucking backseat and get my motherfucking keys. You gonna, all them motherfucking folks.
Are you really wanting to do that? You could give me your driver's license, I could write you your ticket, and you could drive home.
So look at this. He waited. The cop would have been back, and then he's still talking. This is the problem with African American people in America. Not all, but I think this is a big problem that people are not addressing. And when I say it, Brandon Tatum hate his own people. It seems like black people are creating confrontation with cops more so than the other way around. This man got pulled over for a seatbelt violation. Take the ticket and go about your business. I got pulled over in Texas and Dallas. I ended up having a warrant for my arrest over this while I was a cop. That's a lot. I should have put that in my book. But I'm driving through Denton. I'm on the freeway. I didn't have a seatbelt on. I was wrong. The cop was on another traffic stop. I see him go. He caught me. I just knew that he wasn't going to come after me because he was on another traffic stop. So I put my seatbelt on. I'm driving. He come flying. I'm like, this dude, he can't be coming for me, man. It is a seatbelt. He's coming for me. I get over, and I'm like, I ain't lie. I was wrong. I had my seatbelt on when he pulled me over. I said, yes, sir. I put my seatbelt on. Listen, I live in a state where it's not seatbelt. You don't have to wear a seatbelt. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I didn't have my seatbelt on. I put it on as soon as I saw you. He said, no problem, man. I'm going to give you this ticket anyway. It's only $20. I don't know if he was a rookie or he just lied to me. It was a $200 ticket. Because it was $20, I said, I ain't paying it. You know, I didn't tell him that. I just took the ticket, and I was being nice to him because I didn't want to get in no confrontation. When I got home, I said, I ain't never going to Denton again. I ain't paying it. I ain't paying that ticket. Years later, I become a police officer, and I find out I have a warrant for my arrest in Denton County over a seatbelt violation. I was a cop at the time. I'm like, I got a warrant for my arrest. I'm a cop. I guess they missed it in my background. It just became active later on in Denton County. They don't extradite, so it wouldn't be a reason for us to know. But I had to deal with a freaking warrant for my arrest over seatbelt. The bottom line is that I didn't confront the guy. I didn't argue with him. I thought it was stupid, but I didn't argue with him. I took the ticket and I went on. Let's finish watching this.
I ain't done nothing.
You're not wearing your
just stopped the
seatbelt.
motherfuckers in front of me for a fucking seatbelt.
I don't care about them right now. I care about you. I can't stop every car
Let
on
me
the
tell
road.
you something. You didn't stop them for a fucking seatbelt, but you're gonna turn around behind me and try to pop.
So here they go arguing about, you did not mean because I'm black.
Don't make
I
this.
told you, don't talk to me. I want to talk to your motherfucker.
Get out of the car.
So he pulled it.
Get out of the car.
I'm not getting out this car.
Sorry for the language, man, y'all.
Out of the car.
I'm not.
Get out of the
Please
car.
stop, man.
Sir?
You're messing up my kids' stuff. Please.
672 starts more units.
No. No. Listen. You came up here and you ain't even listening. This man done rode by every motherfucking body without a seatbelt. And then gonna just pull up behind me. Shit.
No, you don't.
All right, let's look at it. So they fighting. All right, here you go. They fighting. He fighting over a seatbelt. This is a seatbelt violation. This is a seatbelt violation. 4-minute interaction with a police officer. Now he fighting a police officer over a seatbelt violation. Now he got the upper hand on the cop. He got him behind the back. Now he got the cop in the headlock. Slams the cop to the ground. And then Miss Doozy Daisy, I shouldn't be a cop. I'm not built for this. Instead of her putting the hammer down on this dude, she gets flustered. Listen, when I was on the police department and this happened, this is all you'll hear. He would have got a couple sandwiches with hot sauce and mayonnaise on it, right to the face. There's no need for a taser. You got your head down like that, I'm finna give you a couple bang bangs, loosen up the jaw, hit the Control Alt Delete button, and we gonna be done with this altercation. But she pulls out a gun right here. Pow. Now, that's what he get. That's what he get. They should have shot his, where my cuss word at? They should have shot his butt. They should have shot him. That's what he get. You fighting a cop over a seatbelt violation. Now you see the difference between her and Kim Potter? Do you see the difference? She messed up. She's still in the fight. She still helped handcuff. She's still on the scene. She didn't run off over here thinking about nothing but herself and go over here and cry because she shot the wrong man. She's over here helping do the handcuffing.
Anybody else in the car? No. Check the car.
We're cuffed. We're cuffed. Okay, we need to get.
All right, let's go back.
We have medics coming for you. Headed down for weapons. Hey, we got medics. We got medics coming for you. We have medics coming for you.
So he crying, please don't let me go, please. Over a seatbelt violation. That's a training issue for me, man. I think they need to train these cops to be more aggressive and get better physical fitness, physical tactics than just resorting to these other weapons. It's just not, it's pointless. You got to be able to fight, man. You got to be able to throw the hammer down. Know some jujitsu or something, man. You got to be able to do something, bro. You can't just go to a taser. That's how the dudes in Rashard Brooks' case got beat up. They did the taser. He beat him up and took the tasers from him. You got to be able to throw the hands at some point. But there's a big difference between her staying in the fight and going to. But I don't think her situation was that bad because she could have believed that he slammed the officer and he was unconscious. She could have believed the officer was getting choked. I don't know. I mean, that's what that dude get. Seatbelt violation. I'm going to play one more video and then my guy can cut it. This will make it easy for him to cut it. I'm going to play another video, man. This is a video I saw the other day, and I just could not believe my eyes. I could not believe my eyes. I cannot believe my eyes. Like, as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I cannot believe what I saw in this video. This officer of the law, he literally allowed this guy. That's the stupidest thing that ever happened to me on here. Let me find this video first. I'll have my guy cut it right here. And then we'll put this out as a separate video. You guys get a sneak peek of it. Literally. I cannot believe what I saw in this video. This was the worst policing I have ever seen in my life. This officer better thank Jesus Christ himself, Archangel Michael, God the Father, and some more people that he ain't dead as a doorknob. How can you be a cop after this? They should fire this police officer. However, I think that it speaks to a bigger issue of fear of being white, dealing with black people. If you are ready to be blown away by what this cop did, watch the video. So think about it. The guy walked away. The cop is getting an interaction with him. There's no audio at this point. Maybe it'll kick in a second, but he's walking away, got his hands in his pockets, which is already, when I was a cop, you already finna get, you already are going to be challenged. And you got a couple seconds to do what I tell you to do, or I'm going to have to detain you if I am there to deal with you in the first place and you got your hands in your pockets. Roll the film. Should the body camera go come on at some point? So he's asking him to show me your hands, or whatever he's asking him to do. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Show me what you got.
Can I receive?
All right, man, this is when the sound comes on. Can I see it?
What you have?
Pull out a gun. This is a firearm. He pulls out a gun. I don't know if the cop thinks it's a play gun or what, but to me that looked like a gun.
Okay, put it down on the ground.
Wait, y'all, wait! You're a rookie. You're a rookie. You're a rookie. You don't know. You're a rookie. Go.
Now, of course, this guy's crazier than a lunatic. He said, "You're a rookie. Go. He's crazy. He just pulled out a gun right here. The cop runs. and hides around the corner. Keep watching.
Okay, stay right there. Do not move. Stay right there.
What?
Just stay over there.
Please, sir. Please. Please. Please don't do that.
73, I got a guy with a gun. I'm not doing
I got a guy with a gun.
anything. Look, I'm not doing...
Pick the gun out. Point it. He pointed the gun at him. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Don't shoot. Don't shoot. I'm
I'm
not.
finna shoot your ass.
Don't
punk.
shoot.
I'm
Don't
finna
shoot.
shoot your bitch ass. Don't drop the gun.
I
Drop the
don't
gun.
have it. Look.
Look.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
Lord, help me with narrating this. The bad guy, this looked like a skit from Keen and Peele. The bad guy says, drop the gun. And the cop is arguing with him. He's arguing with him.
Shoot.
I'm
Don't
finna
shoot.
shoot your bitch ass. Don't drop the gun.
I
Drop the
don't
gun.
have it. Look.
I don't have it? I don't have my gun? The bad guy tells you to drop the gun? You a police officer. What are you doing?
I have it. I don't have it.
So, the police officer,
Shots fired. The guy has a gun over here.
according to what I read, the police officer actually shot him and gets on the radio and says this.
Here, Isabella. I'm okay, but I need backup.
I'm going to put the rest of the video so y'all can watch that again. I'll put the video in the description section. This cop literally, and I'm going to turn the sound off. We're going to watch this thing again. This cop literally begged the man. So he's clearly, I don't know why the cop is there. I don't know if he's there for a call or whatever the case may be. He's interacting with this guy for whatever reason. Now, if this guy is actually here on a call of a suspicious person or domestic violence, everybody in his command staff need to get fired if this is a policy in the police department. You never go to a call by yourself, ever. You never go to a call by yourself like this with a suspicious person, with a deranged person, with a domestic violence, with a suspicious activity. You never go by yourself. Somebody needs to get fired if this is a policy. Then he goes up to the guy, and the guy pulls out a gun. He pulls out a gun. Over here, he pulls out a gun. Sir, let me see what you got. Where'd he go? He put it out right here. Sir, let me see what you got in your pocket. Let me see what you got, sir. Let me see what you got. Look at him. Just without the sound, look at what's happening here. This officer has no control. He has no officer presence. He has no control. He ain't doing nothing. He might as well be a security guard with no gun. He's doing nothing. This guy has his hand in his pocket. He's not controlling his arms. He's not giving him hard commands. He's not threatening him. He's not doing anything. The escalation of force is officer presence. That means you show up at a call. You got to give direct, strong commands. That's another level of force. He ain't even giving command. He's not even giving strong commands. He's not giving commands. I'm gonna play it with the sound so y'all can see it. He's not giving commands. And I think he just now turned on his body worn
Can
camera.
I just see what you have? Okay.
Can I see what you got? He pulls out a gun. Now, at this point, you need to be giving him strong commands. You need to pull your gun out. Tell him to drop the gun, drop the gun. If he do anything else but drop the gun, you need to pull the trigger on him. That's it. Why? Because at any moment he can pull a gun up, shoot you in the head, take your gun, and he'd be a menace to society. He don't do that. Listen to his commands.
Put it down on the ground.
Put it down on the ground. It's like I tell my son, my little 10-month-old, at night when we supposed to be sleepy time. Shh, stop. He grabbed his stuff. He not, put it down. Put it down. Put it down, Bo. Bro, you not got a 10-month-old trying to put him to sleep. You need to give strong, harsh commands. And let me tell you why. Because when you don't give commands, they teach us in the academy. Then now the bad guy's like, this dude weak. Listen to what he says.
Wait, y'all, wait. You're a rookie. You're a rookie. You're a rookie. You don't know. You're a rookie. Go.
You're a rookie. You're a rookie. Go. You're a rookie. Because of the lack of officer presence, the guy perceives him to be a rookie.
Okay, stay right there.
He don't even get on the radio. He's not even on the radio right now. He should have been on the radio. I got a man with a gun. At some point. People don't even know what's going on out here. They don't even know. They at the store down the street getting coffee, talking about the last call they were on. You in a deadly force situation, potentially with your life on the line. And you ain't even got on the radio yet.
Right there. Do not move. Stay right there.
What?
Just stay over there.
Please, sir. Please. Please don't do that.
73, I got a guy with a gun. I'm not doing
And he finally get on the radio after he's...
anything. Look, I'm not doing, don't.
He points the gun at him. The cop still didn't unholster his weapon. Didn't even give him strong commands after this.
Shoot. Don't shoot.
Don't shoot. Is this a scenario? Are y'all pillow talking? Don't shoot. You should be yelling at the top of your lungs every command that you have so that everybody in the apartment complex will hear you say, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun. Don't shoot. Put the gun down. Put the gun down. Don't shoot. So when they hear pow, 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 the witnesses can say, all we heard was the officer yelling, don't shoot, put the gun down, put the gun down. Sir, please put the gun down. And then we heard shooting. Bro, you pillow talking, you whispering in her ear. Put the gun down, baby. I just want to see you put the gun down. I love it when you put the gun down. Kiss on the back of the head. What kind of stupidity is this?
I'm not.
He's pursuing the officer with both hands extended, with his finger on the trigger, saying, I'm going to shoot you. The cop still don't react.
Shoot your ass.
Don't shoot.
I'm finna shoot your bitch ass. Drop the gun.
I don't have it. Look. I don't have it. I don't have it.
I don't have it. I don't have it. You don't have a gun? Or you don't have balls? Which one you don't have? Maybe you don't have either one of them. What is going on right here? What has happened? And I know for a fact they're not trained to do this. No police department in America is trained to do what he did. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a pass and say they didn't train him to do this. He messing up. The real question is, why was he doing this? Was it because he's afraid to confront a black man? What would make an officer just be so willing to lose their life? You ain't got to shoot him 100 times, but you got to at least address the deadly force situation. Fired. On our police department, there's a general order that talks about cowardice. If you present cowardice, they can fire you. You cannot be a coward and work on this job. You cannot be a coward. Did he not want to shoot a black man with a weapon that may or may not have been a gun? I don't know if what he saw. I can't tell if that weapon is chrome or not. He gets on the radio and says a man with a gun. So he clearly at some point believed the guy had a gun. It's almost funny. The bad guy tells him to drop the gun. All right, y'all. I'm done running my mouth. We're going to get the people to cut this. So you seen it now. I'm going to cut it. Y'all ain't going to see it no more. All you're going to see is the Kim Potter reaction. and I'll put the other 2 videos out as videos, separate videos, so you can share them later on. Fired. You're a coward. You can't do this job. It's okay. Go work another profession. You're probably good at other stuff. You can't be a cop. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank y'all for the super chats. I appreciate it. I think I'll see you guys tonight or tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Today is Thursday. I got a live stream with ABL later. So I'll see you guys on the live stream later with ABL. Tomorrow, I may just come on live just to tell y'all, or maybe on Christmas, come on and just say Merry Christmas to y'all. Even though Christmas is a pagan holiday, and I don't think Jesus would be pleased that we celebrate Christmas. But I know in my heart I only believe in one God. And I'm just participating in this, but I don't believe in none of them idols. I don't believe in St. Nicholas and all these people who out here cutting up and get you sent down to the pits. And so anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate it. If you want to support me, you want to be linked up, I think it's 53445. 53445. So text Tatum to 53445 if you want to connect with me. Discounts on my entire store all the way through to the new year. So 35% off the entire store through the new year, through to January 1st. So if you want to shop, go in the shop. Normally, we'll be able to ship it out within a few days. If you're trying to buy stuff for Christmas, forget about it. It's a good chance you ain't going to get it by Christmas. You could, but we can't guarantee that. But if you want to get some stuff by the end of the year, January 1st, 35% off the whole store. I ain't doing that for a long time. So go ahead and get it now. I appreciate you guys. And I think it's 53445. Let's see. Make sure I got it right. I don't know why I can't remember these. 53445. So text Tatum to 53445. Get my book, Beating Black and Blue. If you already got the book, write a review, an honest review. If you don't like the book, you don't like the book. But write an honest review so I know where y'all coming from. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one. I don't know what else to say. I want to say more stuff, but I don't want to get off, but I have to go. I got a family, so I got to get off here. So, but I love you guys. I just got to check this thing real quick before I get off. I love you guys. Thank y'all for the super chats. Let's see. All right, cool. All right, love you guys. I see y'all the next one, man. I'm out here.